In this video, we're going to do the eye dissection. This is a sheep's eye. So we're going to first identify structures on the external surface of the eye, and then we'll talk about the internal. So here you can see this is the anterior pole of the eye, the anterior pole, and you can see the white of the eye. Now I've cleaned this eye up. I've removed a lot of the fat and the muscles. You can see the white, that is the sclera. And then here, this is the cornea. The cornea is a modification of the sclera. It's clear to allow light to penetrate. And then actually behind the cornea, you can see this brownish structure. This is the iris of the eye, and then the hole that would be between the iris is surrounding this hole called the pupil. The iris is an intrinsic eye muscle, smooth muscle, meaning we do not have voluntary control over it. And when it contracts, it will constrict the pupil, which will allow less light to pass through it. When the iris relaxes, the pupil will dilate and allow more light to come through. Now it's sort of squishy here. This portion between the cornea and where the pupil is, that's called the anterior segment of the eye, and it contains aqueous humor. You can also see a little bit of this membrane. This membrane is called the conjunctiva. It would be continuous with the inner surfaces of the upper and lower eyelids, and then it would cover the surface of the eye. So in pink eye or conjunctivitis, that's where there's a bacterial infection that is causing inflammation of the conjunctiva. Also on the external surface, if we go to the posterior pole of the eye, you can see this structure here. Turn it to the side a little bit. You can see this structure protruding out. This is the optic nerve, cranial nerve number 2, the optic nerve. Okay, now when you cut, and what I tell my students to do, I don't even give them a scalpel, I give them scissors. And so what I tell students to do is that you're going to want to puncture. So you come down a little bit, offset from where the cornea is, and you're going to puncture this sclera. Now it's pretty tough. The sclera is the fibrous tunic. It is pretty tough. It helps protect the eye, so it takes a little bit of pressure to get through there. And then you're going to take the scissors and you're just going to cut around, just like this. And so then you will have an anterior portion and a posterior portion of the eye. Okay, so then we have the anterior part. This jelly-like stuff, this is the vitreous humor, and this is attached, the jelly-like stuff, the vitreous humor, is attached to this hard little ball called the lens. So it sits in like this. There's the lens, and then the jelly is the vitreous humor. So I'm going to pull that out very carefully. I'm going to try to leave the retina as much as possible in there. You see it wanting to come out a little bit. Vitreous humor is in the vitreous chamber. It helps to maintain intraocular pressure within the eye and keep that retina flat against the surface of the eye. So you can see the retina here. It has bunched up a little bit. So I have removed the vitreous humor. You can see the lens attached there. So there's the lens and then the vitreous humor. And I tried to flatten the retina back against the back of the eyeball. You can see the retina. The retina is the innermost tunic of the eye, where the photoreceptors are. It's also called the neural tunic. If I pull that up a little bit, you can see the black behind it. That is the choroid, the middle layer of the eye, or the vascular tunic, because it has blood vessels. And then this opalescent little structure here, this is the tapetum lucidum. We would see this in animals like dogs and cats, and this is a sheep. These are animals that have to be able to see in low light level situations, and the tapetum lucidum helps to scatter the light in the eyeball, which is going to help the animal see in dark, night vision. It's responsible for night vision. It looks like mirrors. When you're looking at those animals like dogs and cats, it'll look like a mirror shining back at you. Okay, now if we pull this down a little bit, you can see the sclera back there. So the sclera is the fibrous, the outermost tunic of the eye, and it is very thick and tough, as you can see when I was trying to puncture through it with the scissors. Now also at the retina, where it bunches up at the back of the eye, that's where the optic nerve would leave the eye. So you can see sort of in this area, and if I flip this over, that is going to be where the optic nerve is coming out of the eye, optic nerve here. And this area on the retina, where the optic nerve leaves the back of the eye, that's called the optic disc or the blind spot, because there's no photoreceptors in that area. Okay, so that's the posterior part. Now I'm going to pull this over. This is the anterior part of the eye. So you can see, so this is like we're looking at it from behind. This is like we're looking at it. So we labeled the cornea, the iris. But here you can see, and you can see that hole there, that is the pupil. And you can see where my pointer is pointing through, that is pointing at the cornea. So the hole is the pupil, and the cornea is part of the sclera. Okay, that would just be anterior for that. Now you can also see on here, and I'll try to get it a little bit closer, but you can see how it's sort of fringy there, the choroid. The black is the choroid. You can see how this is sort of fringy. This is this part of the ciliary body, the ciliary muscle, and you can see, well, you can't see, but a lot of times when you pull a pupil out, you'll see some black attached to it. That's where the ciliary muscle was attached to it. The ciliary muscle is the second intrinsic eye muscle, and it controls the shape of the lens. So it'll either make the lens very flat or very bent, and that bends the light coming into the eye. The ciliary muscle and the iris are smooth muscle, and they are controlled by cranial nerve number 3, the oculomotor nerve. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out so we can look at it from the anterior view, but outside of the cornea and the sclera. So I'm just sticking my forceps through the pupil, going towards the sclera and pinching it and pulling it up. So what I see here is, I'm going to flip it over, this is like looking at it from the anterior view. So I can see the hole, that's the pupil, and the brown is the iris, okay, the intrinsic eye muscle that controls the size of the pupil. And then this white line is the ora serrata. And over here you can actually see the ora serrata here. The ora serrata, this white line. This is where the sensory part of the eye, the retina, meets the non-sensory portion of the eye, the choroid. So the ora serrata marks the boundary between the retina and the choroid. Okay, so that's going to be it for the eye structure.